What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. And once again, coming to you talking about a loss, which is starting to become a really consistent thing, and it sucks. Um, but still, yeah, another pretty hard fought game. It was still like a 8 point game in the fourth quarter with a few minutes to go. Um, Embiid went crazy. I mean, 50 and fucking what do you have? Like 53 and fucking 15 or some shit. 53 points, 12 rebounds. I mean, damn. I I knew he was going to go crazy. I took him over 32 points cuz I knew he was going to go crazy versus us. But it is what it is, man. I mean, Terry Rozier and Kelly Oubre both went crazy with 29 points. They both went crazy. Um I mean, Daniels had 15 points. Outside of that, nobody in double figures for us. It's tough, when I did my live, like I usually do, a lot of people in the live were saying it's getting hard to watch the games, and it's getting hard to keep supporting the team. And I want to let y'all know right now, man, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, dog. Um, Lamelo, he's injured still, his ankle, and then he's sick now. So I don't. It's not. They said non-COVID, so it's not COVID, but he's sick. He hasn't even traveled with the team the last two games. That's how sick he is. He hasn't even traveled the last two away games that we've played. So he's sick. So he's not rehabbing the ankle. So that's just gonna add probably more time to the ankle because you're not rehabbing it. You're not, it's getting stiff because if you're too sick to fucking travel with the team, you're probably too sick to work out. So yeah, on the Lamelo front, more time, which means more losses. Gordon Hayward, I mean, nobody's even checking for him anymore with his fucking broken shoulder or whatever the fuck he has, fractured shoulder bone. Nobody is even checking for him. Um, Martin, haven't seen him in I don't know how fucking long. Um, I mean, nobody's coming to save us anytime soon. Miles Bridges, I mean, he's been posting little cryptic stuff that makes me think he's gonna be re-signed sooner than later, but not necessarily gonna lead to anything this season. He's probably gonna get suspended for at least 40 something games, 30 something games. By the time he's eligible to play, it's not gonna matter this year. Um, so yeah, now you never know. You never know. Shit does happen. Look at the Panthers, where you just get hot and all of a sudden you're in the mix. Um, so I will say that, but you never know, bro. You never know. But what I'm expecting, um, January rolls around, trade deadlines approaching. We're 20 something games under 500. We're done. Oubre's looking great. He's on the last year of his deal. He's probably going to get traded. PJ Washington traded. Terry Rozier probably traded. Plumlee traded. And we're going to bring in a lot of either young players, young players with upside that we can try to see if they're worth, keeping around, or we're just going to try to get as many picks and stuff as possible and make something shake from there. Because every year there's people that's not happy and just want out and just, you never know. So, and then on top of that, I wouldn't be surprised if we trade for Russell Westbrook, just because if we trade for Russell Westbrook, that can provide you $50 million in cap space this season. This season. So I I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised. Um yeah, they'll give you 50 million cap space. We have a lot of assets by trading off. I mean, basically four out of our five starters, and next year we will be going into the draft with hopefully the number one pick. That's just the the obvious wishful hypothetical. first pick or second pick, or third pick. I'm scared of us getting the third pick just because with that, it's not obvious. Like right now, the 1 and 2 is Victor and Scoot. Straight up. We get the third pick, it's like, who do we pick? I don't know. So, yeah, there's that. But, the future isn't bleak for this team. We're still the fifth youngest team in the NBA. We have 2 players over the age of 30 right now. This is still a young, talented team. I mean, look at the games. We don't get blown out. We put up a fight every night. The future is still very promising for this team. It's just with LaMelo, the pressure is on to kind of accelerate the timeline, which isn't too hard to do. I mean, look at the Cavs, look at the Hawks, look at just teams that just, you see something and you just make your move. You take your shot. So I think we're getting assets to try to make a real move. I think we're going to try to get assets and money to get a max player beside LaMelo Ball. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I know Mitch Kupchak is not going to let us down, bro. He was the Lakers general manager for 20 years, bro. He knows what he's fucking doing. I trust Mitch. He knows what he's doing. He's going to get us assets, get us money, and he's going to make something shake. I fully am trusting it. So we'll be okay, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. So if it's getting hard to watch these games now, we got 50 more to go. I'm just being real. We got 50 more to go. So, hang in there. Still support the guys. They still deserve our support. And hopefully, they do get healthy sooner than later and we can at least have something respectable to watch. Even though I still think we've been respectable. Like I said, we're not getting blown out by 40 and shit, It's not happening like that all the time. It's not. We're competitive every night. And then we just don't have the star power to, push us over the top that these other teams have down the stretch. And, yeah. But anyway, I'm talking too much about hypothetical stuff. I'm 7 minutes in and haven't even covered tonight's game. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. But I did kind of get into it. And my phone's on 1%. So, yeah. But anyway, PJ Washington, let's get into it. PJ Washington, 4 points. It's not really a surprise when PJ Washington has a shitty game. It's what he does. He's up and down. I'm not surprised at all. Like, this is what he does. I literally thought about betting his under, but I left it alone. I thought about betting Plumlee's under, left it alone. Like, anyway, I'm not surprised that PJ Washington had 4 points. It's what he does, which is why he's not going to get re-signed for $20 million. Do I still think we could work something out with PJ? Yes. For $20 million? Fuck no. Moving on. Jalen McDaniels, 15 points. He had 5 fouls, almost fouled out. He had 3 steals, 3 assists. He almost had a 4th steal, but he lost it and it went out of bounds. Yeah. 15 points, 6 for 13 from the field, and 1 for 4 from 3. So definitely got to be better. Oh, and PJ, 2 for 12 from the field, 16%, and 0 for 4 from 3. Just an embarrassing game from PJ, which he will probably show up against the Pistons and go for like 20. And then it will just be a continuous cycle of PJ Washington up and down games until he's ultimately traded. But yeah, Plumlee, 7 points, 5 assists, and 12 rebounds. Even going against Embiid, he still got 12 rebounds in 25 minutes. So shout out to Plumlee, man. He does crash the boards pretty well. Yeah. Oubre, 29 points. I mean, he's just been putting the team on his back. He also had 5 fouls. There's a few people with 5 fouls tonight. Luckily nobody fouled out. Oubre only had 1 assist. He does not pass the ball. But, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. 11 for 23 from the field, that's 47%. 3 for 8 from 3, that's 37%. Ultimately, Oubre's been pretty efficient. So, I give him his props on that almost every night. -6 plus minus. One of the best on the team. What did I just click on? No, stop. Damn, my shit just died. So, fuck. Terry Rozier, 29 points. I already know off the top of my head. 29 points. Him and Kelly have just kind of been the only two guys lately. You know, they go out every night, and somebody commented on that on the live as well. That it's sad to watch Kelly and Terry just go out there and give their all, and it means nothing. And I'm not gonna say it means nothing. Every player wants to play great. For Kelly Oubre, this is his first year averaging 20 points. I promise you, it means something to him to average 20 points in the NBA for the first time. But it does suck. You know, you're losing games. It does suck to watch them just go out there, have great games, and still lose. But ultimately, they give us a chance to win every night. They give us a chance to win every night, so I definitely respect it. Um, Kai Jones, he's somebody who I just love watching him play. Whenever Kai Jones does anything, I just get really happy for him. Um, I mean, he had 2 and 1s almost back to back, and it kind of fired us up. I wish the coach wouldn't have took him out. Um, I love Kai Jones. I'm happy for Kai Jones, and he's going to develop into something special in this league. I really do believe Kai Jones will be a household name. I really do. I don't see role player for Kai Jones. I don't. He's too athletic. He can't be guarded. Like if Kai Jones decides I want to go to the rim right now, you're not really gonna stop him from getting to the basket. And he's a pretty good free throw shooter too. So, you know, he just has to develop his handle, limit his mistakes, and he doesn't really make too many mistakes. You know, he's not forcing threes and doing kind of crazy stuff that we saw in summer league and in a few preseason games. You know, he understands his abilities, and as long as he can master what he's already good at, and then build, Kai Jones can really be the future, man. He really could be the future. McGowan's he didn't play well tonight. And he's had a few games where he hasn't played the best, but he ultimately is a pretty good defender for being a rookie. Um, Pretty good defender, and usually does bring something to the table offensively. Um, so it's kind of surprising to see him have like 2 points, even though he played like 20 minutes. So I fully expect him to have a better game against the Pistons, and I'm sure he'll probably receive around the same minutes. Steve Clifford spoke very highly of him after that Nets game, and I apologize for not doing a Nets video. Just had a lot going on, man. I apologize for not getting that video out, but yeah, man, I definitely believe in McGowan's. Um, Book Knight got in there. He actually was the only person with a positive plus minus. He had a +2 plus minus. I seen that before my phone died. Um, I would love for Book to be able to bring something to this team, especially with people out. Now is his chance. I really would like to see him be able to bring something to the table, but ultimately, man, we watched him every night do nothing, man. Whose minutes can he take right now? Whose minutes can he take right now? I mean, Teo Maladon is a point guard, and he can actually run an offense. Book can't do that. So it's just like, he's not going to take Kelly and Terry's minutes. We just talked about how vital they are. McGowan's has been playing better than him, and he is younger than him. And on top of that, is a better defender than him. So you can't take the minutes away from McGowan's. I mean, you could, but would you? When you've given Book the first 20 games, you know what I'm saying? Book got the first 20 games of the season to show that he could do something. He ain't show shit. He had a few games, 10 points here, he had a few games, but bro, he was the sixth man for this team to start the season and fell out the rotation. That's how badly he played. He went from sixth man to out the rotation. You know, it's hard to gain a coach's trust back like that once you've kind of, in a way, disappointed him. Because Steve Clifford talked very highly about James Bouknight. Even while he was struggling, he kept vouching for him and kept, and he never showed up. So once a coach sticks their neck out like that for you, and let them down, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Book's minutes go going forward, especially if we keep losing and it's just like, you want to get the young guys minutes. So we'll see. We'll monitor the situation, obviously, but I want to see him. I want to see him play good, but it's like he's gonna have to actually play, and I can't necessarily justify him getting minutes over anybody else right now. So we'll see how it goes for him. Um, I think I covered everybody. My phone is dead, so I can't even look at the sheet. But I think I talked about everybody. JT Thor played a few minutes tonight. I really would like to see him play more, um, especially because I mean PJ's struggling. So shit, fuck it. There's minutes at that four, but like with Kai playing, I understand it gets kind of limited, but I feel like there's minutes at that three spot for JT, especially Book Knight's out of the rotation. So like you guys could run lineups with maybe Teo at the one, Oubre at the two. When McDaniels goes to the bench, you bring in Thor at that three. I think there's potential there. Like, I'm not gonna say there's not any minutes for JT Thor when we saw him playing earlier in the season as well. And I mean, we saw how he did in Greensboro. So I think he deserves another shot. I mean, to me personally, when players get sent down to the G League and they dominate, you deserve real minutes. I'm always gonna stand by that because you testing me and you're not rewarding me when I pass the test. What do you keep testing me for? You know, like if you take tests and you do good, you usually get a scholarship. You get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? If you go to basketball tryouts and you play really good, you make the team. Like when you get tested and you pass with flying colors, usually there's a reward. Um, and JT hasn't really got that. Now he has gotten some garbage time minutes the past few games, but what's 2-3 minutes, man? That don't do nothing but pull your stats down for real, for real. But anyway, I hope he can break into the rotation. Nick Richards, I can't even look at his stats really, but he hasn't been going as crazy as he was. He was really a double machine, and we've kind of seen his minutes start to fluctuate. I still want to see more Nick. I really do, just because we saw what he can do consistently. And it's like once you start fucking with a player's minutes, and minutes equates to confidence. So I feel like once you start fucking with one, you fucking with the other. So I definitely want to see Nick, get consistent 25-ish minutes and be able to make a real impact. I'll be happy when we trade Plumlee so Nick can start full time, and hopefully that frees up Mark Williams minutes. As far as Mark goes, I think he's probably healed from his sprained ankle by now. Hopefully he is. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I mean, I'm approaching 20 minutes. I feel like I said everything I had to say about this game and the future and everything else. I know I kind of got a little off track, but I was kind of just going off of what we talked about on the live, and it's kind of fresh in my mind. Because it's tough watching struggles now, but trust me, man, the future is bright for this team, and I think we really will be okay. I really do. But anyways, I'll catch you on the next one. Our next game is Wednesday, so that's kind of like a long time with today being Sunday. So I might make a video between now and Wednesday. Who knows? But if it's until then, peace, man. I'll catch y'all. I'm out of here. If you're new to the channel and you watched all the way to this point, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up on this video. Because if you watch 20 minutes of this content, you fuck with the content. Don't bullshit now. You fuck with the content. If you to this point where you're hearing this, you better click that subscribe button, man, because you fuck with me. But anyways, man, peace.